Can you speak French?
No.
No?
Je parle français. Ah, there we go. There we go.
Get ready to dive into the world of Artur Beterbiev, a boxing powerhouse renowned for his knockout prowess. With a flawless record of 20 wins, all by knockout, he's a force to be reckoned with. But there's more to him than just raw power. Let's dissect his top 5 fights and uncover the secrets behind his dominance in the ring. Artur's boxing stance is quite traditional, sticking to the orthodox stance with a solid base. However, what sets him apart is his ability to switch stances seamlessly mid-combination. This means that while he usually fights from an orthodox stance, he's not afraid to switch to southpaw to catch his opponents off guard and create new openings. This tactic is particularly effective when he's pressing forward in a fight. Artur's ability to maintain a constant pressure on his opponents without loading up on his punches is quite remarkable. It often appears as if he's sprinting straight at his opponent. Thanks to his comfort in boxing from both stances, this flexibility allows him to swiftly adjust his position without wasting time shifting his entire body. If his opponent tries to angle away, Artur can effortlessly switch stances and still keep them within his reach. This adaptability keeps his opponents on their toes and makes it challenging for them to escape his relentless attacks. In the ring, Artur dominates with his ring generalship. He consistently pushes his opponent backward, seizing control of the center of the ring. By dictating the pace of the fight and forcing his opponents to retreat towards the ropes, Artur puts them in a vulnerable position where he can unleash his power. Even when he's the one being backed up, Artur quickly turns the tables by using his opponent's momentum against them. He expertly maneuvers them towards the ropes, setting them up for his devastating punches. This was demonstrated in the fight against Callum Smith. Early in the fight, Artur aggressively cornered Smith, launching powerful flurries of punches. Despite facing intense pressure, Smith managed to withstand the onslaught and counter with some of his own punches. In the second round, Smith gained momentum as Artur momentarily eased off. However, Artur quickly regained control by targeting Smith's body, exploiting a weakness in his defense. Throughout the fight, Artur continued to overwhelm Smith with relentless combinations, pushing him against the ropes round after round. In the 7th round, Smith experienced his first knockdown, courtesy of a powerful right hand from Artur. Despite rising from the canvas, Smith was unable to withstand Artur's continued assault, prompting his trainer, Buddy McGirt, to stop the fight for his safety at the 2-minute mark of the round. Artur, with a perfect record of 15 wins, all by knockout, showed his dominance in the ring against Gvozdyk, who had a record of 17 wins and 1 loss, with 13 knockouts. In the opening round, Gvozdyk started strong, but a knockdown call against him was overturned after a review of the instant replay. However, Artur's powerful punches began to take their toll on Gvozdyk as the fight progressed. Although Gvozdyk managed to land some good shots of his own, Artur's punches seemed to cause more visible damage and pushed Gvozdyk back frequently. By the middle rounds, Artur's dominance became increasingly evident. In the 9th round, Artur inflicted significant damage on Gvozdyk, and in the 10th round, he knocked him down 3 times, ultimately leading to the fight being stopped at 2 minutes and 49 seconds of the round. Gvozdyk was physically and mentally exhausted by Artur's relentless assault, resulting in his defeat. Artur's agile footwork is another key aspect of his fighting style. Despite his imposing presence, he displays surprising agility, constantly bouncing around the ring to maintain his offensive pressure. Artur's lunging movements are a key part of his fighting style, with his lunging jab being one of his most effective tools. This jab surprises opponents because he throws it from a distance that seems too far away. However, he closes the distance quickly by using his back foot like a spring, essentially jumping towards his opponent. Sometimes Artur mixes things up by throwing a lunging straight or a gazelle hook, but it's his jab that really catches opponents off guard. Even if he doesn't land it, the jab forces opponents to move back, eventually trapping them against the ropes, where Artur can unleash his full power. What makes Artur's jab even more effective is that he doesn't just rely on landing it. He uses feints to trick opponents and create openings, making his attacks even more unpredictable and dangerous. Artur's feints are effective because they build on the damage caused by his previous punches. Opponents become cautious of any movement from Artur, causing them to overreact. This overreaction gives Artur an opportunity to land powerful shots. You can clearly see this in his title fight against Joe Smith Jr. In the first round, Artur unleashed a series of powerful right-hand punches, one of which knocked Smith down to one knee, just before the round ended. Smith got up quickly after another strong punch early in the second round, but he was knocked back into the ropes by a left hook shortly after. Following the third knockdown, Artur continued with left and right uppercuts, overwhelming Smith. Another strong right punch to the back of Smith's head left him wobbling, prompting the referee to stop the fight with 41 seconds left in the round. Artur takes it a step further by changing levels during his attacks. When throwing a straight punch, he often drops lower, aiming either for the body or the head. This unpredictability makes it difficult for opponents to defend against his punches. When opponents try to clinch with Artur against the ropes, he doesn't stop fighting. Artur continues to be aggressive and finds openings even in close quarters. This relentless style keeps his opponents under pressure and unable to find a respite. But oftentimes, that can backfire as it did against Callum Johnson in the second round when he got knocked down. Nevertheless, Artur didn't change his tactic and continued brawling through the fight. Callum Johnson also played his game, and if Artur was fearsome, Johnson was fearless. Artur took a solid hit, but he managed to rise to his feet. Sugar Ray Leonard, commentating on the match, praised both fighters for their resilience after absorbing tough punches. As the fight progressed, Artur began to dominate. By the third round, he had caused a cut near Johnson's left eye, leading to blood flow. It was a fierce round, with both fighters landing significant blows. In the fourth round, Artur continued his aggressive approach. Late in the round, he landed another powerful right hand that sent Johnson to the canvas. Unfortunately for Johnson, he couldn't recover in time to beat the count. Artur's punches are incredibly powerful, often causing opponents to stumble or try to escape even before the referee intervenes. His ability to deliver strong blows from various angles keeps opponents on the defensive, unable to find a moment to rest. His wrestling background gives him the strength and technique to control opponents even in close quarters. This, combined with his skill in generating power with short punches, makes him dangerous at all ranges. Artur doesn't need to wind up his punches to hurt his opponents. His punches are quick, precise, and delivered straight down the middle, catching opponents off guard. This efficiency and speed in his punches makes him a formidable opponent in the ring. Artur's fighting style is marked by his powerful punches and tactical approach. He doesn't rely solely on brute force, but uses a mix of punches to create openings for his strongest blows. This strategy showcases his high boxing intelligence. In his fight against Anthony Yarde, Artur stayed aggressive throughout, constantly moving forward and aiming for powerful punches. However, Yarde managed to disrupt his rhythm by landing some shots whenever Artur approached. Yarde fought hard, setting a pace from the start. He showed his skill in the second round, delivering a well-executed right uppercut as he moved forward. At the end of the third round, Artur caught Yarde with a left hook, signaling his dominance. In the following round, the champion intensified his attack, landing solid punches. Although Yarde seemed to be in trouble in the fifth round, he fought back effectively, even forcing Artur to briefly hold on after landing a big right. As the fight progressed, Artur began to show signs of fatigue and picked up a cut. Yarde, on the other hand, unleashed a ferocious left hook and followed it with a powerful right hand. However, Artur quickly turned the tide, trapping Yarde against the ropes and delivering devastating combinations to his body. In the eighth round, Artur delivered the decisive blows. A short right stunned the Yarde, and a subsequent hook knocked him down. Although Yarde managed to get up, he was visibly hurt, prompting the referee to stop the fight at 2 minutes 1 second. He incorporates touch punches within his combinations, not always throwing hard shots, but using them strategically to set up his more impactful punches. This demonstrates his ability to read his opponents and capitalize on opportunities. In terms of defense, Artur has evolved from being an aggressive fighter to incorporating defensive footwork. He employs lateral steps and angles to evade opponents' power shots, showing improved mobility and ring control. However, despite his strengths, Artur's defensive skills still have room for improvement. His high guard can be static, and he lacks consistent head movement to avoid incoming punches. Sometimes he stays within the range of his opponent's attacks, making him vulnerable. Despite these weaknesses, Artur remains one of the top fighters in the sport due to his dominant skills and powerful punches. If you enjoyed watching this video, don't forget to subscribe as it helps us make more videos. Also, do you think that Artur Beterbiev can beat Dmitry Bivol? Let us know in the comments below.